Okay, so the first one is creative marketing, okay, or creative categorization. That was the topic we just did in Unit 37. And for creative categorization, the speakers spoke about two very vital points. The first one was he spoke about the two ways companies use to change the categorization of products in order to appeal to customers. He says one of those ways are to changing the cost of a product, and in doing that, he cited an example during the listening part of wristwatches. I can remember when I was younger, wristwatches was one of the most expensive jewelries for people. All right, so a marketer thought about it and said, we could make watches of low grade and sell it cheaper for less than $10, and so many people could own it. And then he did that, and it sold. A lot of people nowadays wear watches. And another example he used was cell phones. Another example he used was cell phones. Cell phones were and a few years ago, cell phones were for the rich and for businessmen. But right now, it's for everyone. Even the grandpas, the grandmothers, and little kids of 6 years old use cell phones. And what did the company do? They changed the targeted market. They went down to market for individuals, and the prices of cell phone also fell. All right. So that is the two major ways companies use to make a creative categorization. So you're speaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Prepare for your speaking, and you have 1 minute. Are you ready? Where is the stopwatch of this thing? Who has a stopwatch? On your phone. Do you have a stopwatch on your phone? Oh, okay. Let's use yours, okay? My phone is recording the class. Do you use this? Oh, okay. No, I think she already used. Okay. So, buddy, are you ready? Huh? Ready? Close your book. Let's do it. Go.
The professor talks about two ways of creative categorization. First one is changing the cost, and second one is changing the categories. First example that professor suggested is watch that was expensive jewelry in the past, and that time many people think it is very expensive, but one marketer lower that rate, and now every people can buy the watch for low cost. And the thing talks about the example of cell phone, which was used for rich and businessmen for that. But now it is turned to use to message, and everyone can use it because the market the security for the everyone can use it. And I think there are two things of the market categorization.
Okay. You spoke for 1 minute, 6 seconds. Okay. All right. Next speaker. Hang on. Okay. Number 2. Go, go, go.
There are many strategies for all them, and professor explained two of them. First is about the jewelry. In the past, it was so expensive that people can't buy. And they use strategy for first their jewelry's price and that as a result many people can get jewelries for low prices. Second is about cell phones. In the past, only rich person and businessmen used cell phones, but they also changed their strategy. So for now, many people like elders and youngers and all of them are using their phones. So for this, they use their strategies to increase their income.
Okay, you spoke for 1 minute 14 seconds. Okay. That's not bad. Next, hang on, wait. Okay, ready, go.
Watch used to be expensive piece of jewelry. However, after one marketer changes categories to fashion accessories, the watch prices got lower and lower. So nowadays, many people have them. The second example is about the cell phone. It used to be it belonged to some businessmen or rich people. However, after changing it, now some kids or elderly uses the cell phone. Therefore, I think that currency capitalization is an effective method for marketers to sell their goods.
Okay, good. You spoke for 1 minute. I purposely want to leave this so you can see. You spoke for 1 minute and 12 seconds. Okay. I just purposely left it. Your speech was good. All of you. Number 4. Go.
Creative categorization is a marketing method to change the product's category. In the lecture, the lecturer gives 2 examples. The first example is watches. In the old days, watches used to be as expensive as jewelry, so only rich used it. But a marketer thought that it could be a fashion item for individuals and lower the price. And it was successful, and now many people use watches. This is a creative categorization. And the second example was phones. Phones used to be used for businessmen only rich people. But companies started marketing it to the public, and now people who are old and also who are young use it. So now it is used very commonly. So in conclusion, creative categorization can be a good mechanism of marketing.
Okay. 1 minute 4 seconds. So for 1 minute 4 seconds. Okay. Number 5. Ready? Go.
Lecturers think that there are 2 methods of creative categorization. First example is watches. They were very expensive before, but one lecturer decided to sell in lower price, and most people can wear them. And watches became appealing by many people. Second example is cell phones. Only rich men and businessmen can use them because it is really expensive, but company changed targets and luxury, and everyone can use it proper price. With watches and cell phones, he explained that there are 2 ways of creative categorization, and it is good to sell more products.
Okay, you spoke for 54 seconds. That was quite impressive. Okay, number 6.
The professor stated that I was talking about the two ways of creative category. First way was changing the category. She said that in the past the watches were jewelry and it was very expensive, so only rich people bought it. But they changed category into fashion accessories, so they lowered the price and many people bought it. And second example was smartphone. In the past, the rich and businessmen bought the smartphone, but the company changed the target into public. So many people use the phone nowadays. For this reason, professors think that creative category is effectively to sell the product.
Okay, that was a very good one. But you spoke for 1 minute 8 seconds. So basically, your points were very, very well spelled out. But the thing I need you to know is, first is when you argue on the main point. Okay, the first was change of cost, and the second was design. All right, and then least you forget that this topic is just about marketing strategy. Remember, in the reading part, he started by saying that most companies are so interested to sell more of their product. So if companies have a large number of population that doesn't buy their product, it hurts them. They can't make more money, right? So in order to sell more, companies decide to strategize. That is why this topic came. Okay, that's the basics of creative categorization. So the two basic ways companies used to do it is to change the cost of the product, probably make it lower, okay, or to change the design. Like what the LG company does nowadays. A lot of people began to use Samsung and iPhone, all right? So LG is making more sophisticated phone, but it's cheaper, way cheaper than Samsung. So that is creative categorization. So people are a bit, oh, LG is making LG Fold, LG this, LG Swipe, LG, you know, they're making very good sophisticated phone, but those phones sell much, much cheaper than Samsung. All right, like the LG Fold, when I was about to get my phone, it was selling half of the price of my phone. It was competitive. They could compete, the camera was competing with Samsung, everything was competing with Samsung, but it was selling well lower than my phone, right? So that is what creative categorization is all talking about, okay? And then the next is design. Of course, you know, one of the biggest strategies of companies to sell their product is to change the design of the product. These phones we use is the same thing. Samsung Note 1 and Samsung Note 20 are doing the same thing. All they do is every year they upgrade the design of the phone. They're doing the same thing. They're making phone calls, they're sending SMS, they are downloading things from the internet. Same thing. The only thing that is changing is the technology. The technology changing is like maybe moving from 2G to 3G to 4G to 5G. But the phone designs are same thing. All they do is they change the design every now and then. And then people buy the new design. That's all. Even with the iPhones. The last iPhone that was produced was iPhone 11, right? 11 Pro. Now iPhone 12 came. Same thing. They just changed a little design in the iPhone 12. But it's the same thing with iPhone 11. All right, so these are strategies companies use to sell more product, okay? So change in cost and change in design. So let's go to the next topic. And let's read that together. Ready? Go.
Telling a person how to do some kind of action is referred to
Ask me questions. Do you have any question? Do you have a question? Yes. Okay. Basically, this topic is saying process explanation. Process, what is process? How to do things. How to do something. Okay. So the passage is saying there are two ways that you can tell someone how to do something. The first one is directive. Alright, giving directive. Directive is how can you get to Lotte Mart? Go straight, 2 blocks, turn right, at the corner, cross the road, take a bus, ride bus 1, 2, 3. You will get to Lotte Mart. It's gonna take you to Lotte Mart. That is directive. Okay? That's directive. The directive is telling you the exact procedure. So it's telling you the exact procedure in getting something done. And then the second one is information. Information process explanation. Here it says the sort of typical just provide information about the topic or do actual explanation how to do something. So in this one, it's not giving you the direction. It's just word of mouth telling you it's not far away from here. How do I get to Lotte Mart? Oh, it's not far away from here. Okay, you can walk to Lotte Mart or you can ride a bus to Lotte Mart. That's an information. Okay, it's not showing you the exact direction on how to do it. That's what it is about. So say it. Ready? I'll play the listening fire. Okay, so the directive is saying step by step on how to get something done. Okay, while the information is just telling you verbally. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to play the fire.
Unit 38, Process Explanation. Listening. Listen to a lecture about the same topic and take notes. We all have things we don't comprehend or know how to do. In these cases, we require explanations to learn the steps involved in doing them. When a person provides that explanation, he can do so in a couple of different ways. For example, I bought a cell phone the other day. I'm somewhat technologically challenged, so I had no clue as to how to use it. I could make and receive calls, but that was about it. I wanted to save some numbers on my telephone so that I wouldn't have to remember them, but I didn't know what to do. One of my friends then showed me exactly how to do it. He took me through it step by step and made sure that I could do it by myself before he took off. Later that night, I was watching an educational channel on television. There was a program about cell phone technology and how it's improving our lives. That show imparted a whole lot of knowledge about cell phones. However, by the end of the program, I still had no idea how to operate my phone. Sure, I knew all about the theory and how they work. I had the information, but the program never explained the process of actually using a cell phone.
self-explanatory, right? Are you guys good? So the last speaker is going to be speaking first. Buddy, get ready. Okay, speaking first. I should play it one more time. Ask me the question. What do you want to listen to? I can tell you. Yes, Matt. How can I repeat everything that they said?
Unit 38. Process explanation. Listening. Listen to a lecture about the same topic and take notes. We all have things we don't comprehend or know how to do. In these cases, we require explanations to learn the steps involved in doing them. When a person provides that explanation, he can do so in a couple of different ways. For example, I bought a cell phone the other day. I'm somewhat technologically challenged, so I had no clue as to how to use it. I could make and receive calls, but that was about it. I wanted to save some numbers on my telephone so that I wouldn't have to remember them, but I didn't know what to do. One of my friends then showed me exactly how to do it. He took me through it step by step and made sure that I could do it by myself before he took off. Later that night, I was watching an educational channel on television. There was a program about cell phone technology and how it's improving our lives. That show imparted a whole lot of knowledge about cell phones. However, by the end of the program, I still had no idea how to operate my phone. Sure, I knew all about the theory and how they work. I had the information, but the program never explained the process of actually using a cell phone.
Okay. You good, right? Okay, the last speaker, please speak. Yes, now. Ready? Go.
Lecture is talking about process explanation. First one was talking about direct explanation. He bought a new cell phone and he didn't know how to save the phone numbers in the phone. So his friend taught him how to save numbers step by step. And second was information. He watched the TV show about cell phone technology, and he could learn about a lot of information about the phones setting and learn about something else.
Okay, you spoke for 56 seconds. That was good. Next. Ready? Go.
Virtual says are 2 ways in process.
Okay, you can prepare more. The next speaker. Yes, buddy. Go.
Already said that process explanation is telling the person how to do a particular action. And in the lecture gave 2 examples. The first example was that the lecture was new to using a phone. So a friend of him taught him how to use a phone. Step and step. This is one of the process explanation called directive process explanation, which is telling a person how to do it step by step. And the second example the lecturer gave was a TV program about phones. In the TV program, it gave him a lot of information about phones, but didn't directly told him how to use a phone. This is called information process explanation.
Okay, good. You did for 59 seconds. Your explanation was very good. Are you ready? All right, there. Go. Number 3.
The
state phone number.
state phone number, and his friend told him step by step, and he made sure he could do it by himself. The second method is information process exploration. It does not come a step-by-step explanation. The lecture gives an example of it by manipulating someone educational program or consultant. At the end of the program, students learn how to operate it.
Yes. Okay, that was good. You know, you have the information on you. Okay, next. Go.
The professor explains about his experience. First, his experience is about using his cell phone keyboard, and he doesn't know how to use it, and so he used two methods. His first method is use step-by-step method. It is called process information or a directive information, a directive process explanation, and he can understand it well. And second, he learned it from TV program. It gave him a lot of information, but he didn't have any idea at least. So there are two kinds of information process.
Good. Okay. All right. Buddy. Go. Start.
The professor talks about the two kinds of process explanation, and directive explanation and informative explanation. He talks about if I am informed that he has technologically have a problem with saving a phone number, and he don't know how to do about it. And then one of his friends teach about him step by step, and until he can do where he's alone. And late at night, his education program that talks about the large information about cell phones. And he listened it well, but at the end, he can't know anything about how to operate his cell phone because the program didn't teach him how to operate his cell phone. He complained there are two kinds
Okay. That was good. Let's go back to you. Go.
When I don't know how to do something, I make an explanation, and the lecturer says there are two ways. First way is the direct process explanation. In lecture, he buys new phone and he doesn't know how to use it, and his friend shows exactly how to do step by step. It helps him to use algorithms by himself. And second is information process explanation. He watched educational channel in technology, and it explained knowledge about someone, but he can't to upgrade his phone. He just provides his information, and he can't apply his knowledge in using cell phone.
Good. Okay.
Can we open it?
Yeah, sure, you can open it. The absent student, you can give it to me after here.
I can give it to you. Teacher?
Yeah.
I am this.
Oh, Lee's friend. Oh, okay.
I am with the same school as you.
Oh, okay. Please don't open it, okay?
I don't know.
Okay, so basically in conclusion, what this topic is trying to say is it's all an explanation, process explanation. Of course, no one is an island of knowledge. Everyone needs an explanation to be able to do something. The teachers, all of your teachers that teach you in school are explaining stuff to you, okay? And when they explain to you, you can be able to get things done yourself, okay? That's why when you write the exams, you write it yourself. But during the lectures, the teachers have guided you and explained a lot of things to you. So basically what the topic is talking about is there are two major kinds of process explanation. First is directive explanation, and the second one is information process explanation. The directive explanation is talking about buying something and being coached on how to use it, okay? One of the basic things that does that is the manual, product manuals. If you buy a refrigerator or phone or anything, there's a manual, okay? The manual teaches you on how to go step-by-step use of it. But the lecturer said his friend helped him out to teach him on that. And then the second one is information process explanation. He said later on that evening he watched a TV program that educated a lot about cell phones. Although he listened to the TV program and it was so interesting, the lecture was so interesting, at the end of the day, he didn't teach him anything. He didn't know how to operate his new cell phones. So that's what information process explanation talks about. That's why in the schools, when we learn things verbally, we also do practical, okay? So it could be so easy to come in, play this thing, just read it for you, and you listen, and I just explain, and we all go home. If you don't practice, if you don't speak, you wouldn't be good at it. So this is like directive explanations, okay? So you direct someone and let the person practice what you directed them. So that's all about it. And then our homework is unit 39. Okay? Please try to do your homework. Those who couldn't do last week, do the both of them.